everybody, welcome to my channel. My name is EJ, and today we're going to be talking about the ocean's ecosystem and some abiotic and biotic factors. Now in this video, we're going to be talking about three main topics. Now the first topic we're going to be talking about in this video are the zones of the ocean and how these zones are categorized.
Okay, now first we're going to be talking about the zones of the ocean. Now the first zone of the ocean is the epipelagic zone, which is also known as the sunlight zone. And this ranges from the surface to about 200 meters deep. And this is the only zone where sunlight can penetrate for photosynthesis. The next zone is the mesopelagic zone, which is also known as the twilight zone. Now this zone ranges from 200 to 1,000 meters, and only some light penetrates, but not enough for photosynthesis. The next zone that we have is the bathypelagic zone, which is also called the midnight zone. Now this zone ranges from 1,000 to 4,000 meters, and it is completely dark, and the pressure increases significantly in this zone. The fourth zone that we have is the abyssal pelagic zone, which is also called the abyssal zone, and this ranges from 4,000 to 6,000 meters. And the water temperatures are near freezing in this zone. And then finally we have the hydropelagic zone, which is also known as the trenches and is deeper than 6,000 meters. This zone includes the deepest parts of the ocean, which are basically the trenches. Okay, now we're going to be talking about the epipelagic zone or the sunlight zone and what abiotic and biotic factors affect this zone. Now, if you don't know what an abiotic factor is, it's basically something that isn't alive. So examples of this can be sunlight, water, temperature, soil, wind, air, things like that in the ecosystem. Now, some examples of biotic factors in an ecosystem are living or once living things. Now, examples of this can be plants, animals, fungi, bacteria. Now, an abiotic factor that I do want to mention is the temperature rising or climate change.
Now, the next topic in this video that we're going to be talking about are the coral reefs and how climate change is affecting the coral reef environment.
Now, this increase of climate change is directly causing more carbon dioxide to enter the ocean. Now, this is a problem because carbon dioxide is very acidic now, and it's acidifying the ocean. Now, because it's acidifying the ocean, this is changing the pH environment. So therefore it is bad abiotic factor. And the reason why I'm mentioning this is because it is affecting coral reefs. Now, coral reefs are a good biotic factor. And one of the many things that they do are provide habitat for a quarter of all marine life, protect coastlines from waves and storms, and they also support the ocean's food web and help filter the water. And the reason why these corals are suffering from the acidification of the ocean is because corals have a symbiotic relationship with algae, and algae can't handle an acidic environment. Now, coral and algae form a mutualistic relationship, which basically means that both organisms benefit from each other. And how this works is corals provide algae with protection, a stable environment, shelter, and carbon dioxide. Now, in return, algae perform photosynthesis and produce sugars and other nutrients that they pass to coral for food and energy. And also, algae help the coral expel waste and also deposit calcium carbonate into their skeleton, which corals do need. So now that we have a basic understanding of how the symbiotic relationship of algae and corals work, we can now understand that the climate change is increasing the temperature, which is causing excess CO2 to enter the ocean, which is acidifying the ocean's environment. And this is causing the lysine and expelling the symbiotic algae that live within the coral's tissue. Now, these algae provide coral with a significant amount of energy and its color. And without the algae, the coral's tissue becomes transparent, revealing its white skeleton, which is also known as coral bleaching.
Now, the final topic that we're going to be talking about in this video are phytoplankton and how climate change is affecting phytoplankton and how phytoplankton are extremely beneficial to the Earth's atmosphere. Now, as mentioned earlier in this video, we did talk about the epipelagic zone and how it's home to many plants, animals, and microorganisms. Now, I think not a lot of people realize how beneficial microorganisms in the ocean are to the planet. And one of the most important microorganisms that live in the ocean are called phytoplankton. And these phytoplankton use photosynthesis to make their own energy, and the byproduct of this is oxygen, and that oxygen expels into the Earth's atmosphere. And really, these phytoplankton produce 50 to 80% of the Earth's oxygen in the atmosphere. Now, I do want to mention that ocean acidification is negatively affecting phytoplankton. Now, how ocean acidification is affecting phytoplankton, it's affecting phytoplankton by photosynthetic activity, altering growth rates, and community composition. Well, yes, you may be thinking, well, ocean acidification is due to the increase of carbon dioxide. And yes, the increase of carbon dioxide can potentially be beneficial for phytoplankton, but however, ocean acidification does negatively affect phytoplankton by limiting access to essential nutrients like iron and carbon, and overall reducing photosynthetic activity. Now, yes, climate change is a big problem that we are facing today, but we can reduce climate change. And to do this, we need to rapidly cut down on greenhouse emissions, transition away from fossil fuels to clean and renewable energy sources, and also enhance energy efficiency. And on that note, I do want to end off saying that, we do need scientists, we need civil engineers, we need climatologists, you name it, and just to help reduce climate change to give the next future generation a better chance. Now, I hope you guys did enjoy this video. I do appreciate everyone that took the time to watching this, and I hope you guys have a good one. See you in the next one.